rabbis of yesteryear. Now I want to speak about another great rabbi, Rabbi David ben Yosef Pardo. Now it's not the first time we're speaking about a rabbi of the name Rabbi David Pardo, but this is a different rabbi. There were multiple rabbis with that specific name in and of itself. He was born in the year 1591 and passed away in 1657. He would have been approximately about 67 years of age at the time he passed away. He was a Dutch rabbi from Holland, and a great chacham. He was actually born in Salonika and came from great rabbinic auspices. I believe his father's name was Rabbi Joseph Pardo, and his mother's name was Rabbinit Reina. In fact, Rabbi Joseph Pardo, his father, was an Italian rabbi, a merchant. He himself had been from Saloniki and would spend time in Venice, I think from 1589. He would serve as a rabbi of the Levantine community and was very much engaged in business. Later on, actually, emigrate to the Netherlands and was appointed Hacham, let's just say, of the Beit Jacob synagogue in Amsterdam. So his father was very, very prominent rabbi. Now, I think this obviously Rav Yosef, Rav David was born right at the end of the Hacham of the Beit Yisrael synagogue, was actually founded back in the year 1618. So at that point in time, Rav David would have been about 27 years of age. Okay, this congregation itself was consolidated, I believe, in the year 1639. So that was very, very, very. It was rabbi of the Beit Yisrael synagogue, if I'm not mistaken. So I think the synagogue was consolidated in 1639. Went to the Chacham, actually, together with Rabbi Yitzchak Abuab there. Fonseca. This is a rabbi we've spoken about before. Rabbi Yitzhak Abuab was a famous Kabbalist, scholar, and was one of the, let's say back in 1656, one of the few elders within the Portuguese Jewish community in Amsterdam, and for a time in Dutch Brazil before the Portuguese reconquest, let's just say, and was one of the religious leaders. Another rabbi he was close to, I think, Rabbi Pardo, was another famous rabbi of the name Rabbi Menashe ben Yisrael, a rabbi we spoke about in this series on various occasions before. He was a Kabbalist, he was a writer, he was a diplomat, a printer, a publisher, and was very much part of British Jewry, let's just say, in of its time. Another rabbi he was close to was Rabbi Saul Levi Mortiera, who was also, I think, from Venice, and one of the prominent figures, let's just say, the Holland's city's community, exiled Portuguese Jews that we've spoken about before. Okay, so Rabbi David ben Yosef Pardo will have other prominent positions. He was a trustee of the Jewish cemetery. He was a cantor. He was a chazan of the Bikur Cholim organization. Now, yeah, that's very interesting. And come the year 1625, when he was about, let's say, 34 years of age, he would found the Honen Dalim Benevolent Society. That's what's chronicled over with regards to him. Okay, in 1610, the rabbi published in Amsterdam a transcription in Latin, characters of Rav Tzadik ben Yosef Foremon's Obligación de l'On Coraconos. This was a translation of the Chovot Levavot into Judea Spanish. This was, and come on September the 16th in the year 1690, he got married to Rabbinette Rachel Sanchez. I think she herself was born in the year 1595 in Mora, in Portugal. They were going to have 3 children. Now, one of the children was, I believe, someone named Joseph. Also, once again, Rav Joseph. He was an English chassan. He, I think, was in London had gone to London from Amsterdam, and he wrote the Shulchan Tahor, a compendium of the first 2 parts of Rabbi Yosef Karo's Shulchan Aruch, and which was, I think, edited itself by his son, Rabbi David, in Amsterdam, respectively. So that was one of his sons, which I mentioned about, I think, beforehand. I think he passed away in 1677. Another one was Rabbi Josiah ben David Pardo, a rabbi we just spoke about today in this series. He was a Dutch rabbi, a chacham, rabbi in the Willemstad, in the Coracao, in Port Royal in Jamaica, and was the first rabbi who settled in New World and a pioneer of Jewish communal and educational institutions. We stated before about Rabbi Josiah Pardo, his son, had multiple positions. Now, Rabbi Pardo himself, he passed away in Amsterdam, I believe, on March 15th in the year 1657. I think that was Rosh Chodesh Nisan. And I think he was buried in the Beit Hayim of Ordog and De Amstel, respectively. A Jewish cemetery in Netherlands, I think the oldest one, has to be pointed out. So he was a famous rabbi of his time. Let's speak more a bit within regards to, we spoke about his father before already in this series. We spoke about Rav Josiah and everyone else. He himself was a rabbi, I think, that much has actually been documented about him, especially we've documented a lot within regards to him in this series, really being from the Portuguese, let's just say, brilliance of that specific point in time. And we could say more about him. Remember, Saloniki was a center place. That was the place he was from in Israel. And he was close to many rabbis, as we mentioned before, which was absolutely phenomenal. There's much reported about him, even in encyclopedia, the official encyclopedia, which is out there, Jewish encyclopedia. Much is related about him, talking about him being from the Beit Yisrael congregation and the connections he had, and about his transcription of Latin characters of Tzaddik ben Yosef Forman's book. I think that was printed actually in Amsterdam in the year 1610, and much more has been said about that. I think this is a rabbinic dynasty, obviously, where there was many different rabbis from the Pardo family at various different occasions of time. And we did mention about several rabbis from the Pardo family, especially I think there was even chief rabbis, if I'm not mistaken, of Israel that we have to point out also. So that's very interesting. Now, friends, we're a community here. We are learning about famous rabbis, Chachamim of yesteryear. If you descend from any of the rabbis we happen to be speaking about, please send me an email. I would love to hear more information about the great Chachamim, so we can continue the series and grow from strength to strength. If you feel we should speak about a specific rabbi, please let me know which rabbi, and I would love to include and educate and learn more within regards to the Chachamim of yesteryear. We really appreciate that. And if you feel anyone's interested in watching these videos, please share these videos also to other people also, and to tell them to subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And it's not just videos we're doing on great rabbis of yesteryear here. We're speaking about old yeshivot in various different places across the diaspora and across the world. And we are speaking about the Parshat Shavua, for example, on daily page of the Gemara. We try and do a special series on over here, and to get inspiration and to mitzvahs ourselves within regards to who were the great rabbis of yesteryear in Am Yisrael, and to progress and learn more within regards to that. So, so much content here on this website. We also do tours of Israel that I feel is very important to bring up also. So please, everyone, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching and have a great day. Thanks.